get dressed up today.
Now, Nancy, what
Hi.
years did you go to Out-of-Door?
I wish I really could remember, but it was in the 30s. I was born in 32, so you put me in second or third grade,
Right.
whatever that age is.
Right, 39, 40, I believe, in that era.
Right.
And
Okay.
what are some of your fondest memories?
Well, fondest memory would be, can you imagine in that day and age to be able to go to school with your shorts on? And I could ride my bicycle to school, and I remember those two things very distinctly. I really do.
Oh,
and then sitting out at a bench or a table outside, this is where we did our work, and I loved it. It wasn't even work. I mean, I don't even think of it as work. We were only 3 of us in the class, and 2 boys and 1 girl. Those are great odds. And then Mrs. Pierce was my teacher, and if it rained, we just went into the little cottage, which is right next door to our wonderful sunshiny bench and table, and put our things in the cubby and sat there and let the rain and whatever. And it was, half of it was screened in, so was always felt out of doors. And I loved that part of it. That was wonderful. Could play games and go swimming. And the other distinct memory is going to lunch. That was across the street. I don't even know what that road is called. Midnight Pass Road now? I have no idea.
Ocean Boulevard
Ocean
now.
Boulevard now. So we'd go over to have lunch, and each of us had to have a prayer before we could have our lunch. It's the best way to keep people quiet before lunch, because you stood there, hands on the chair, and I do remember this. I don't want to be picked on today. I don't want to be picked on today. And of course, that's the day they tap you on the shoulder, and I can recite it. Thank you for this food we eat. Thank you for the world so sweet. Thank you for the birds that sing, and thank you, God, for everything. Then we sat down and ate. And we had rest hour, which I love rest hour. And that was outside on the grass. And the other
Rest hour? Yeah.
rest hour after lunch. And those are very distinct memories there. And then my music teacher. I remember my music teacher. Her name was Fräulein Hubner. I was scared to death of her, but I loved her too, because I really learned something. Don't ask me anything specific right now, but it was she was a fun experience to have in your life, early in your life. Learned a lot of respect for that wonderful accent and her knowledge and all the things we had. And I still have a folder that I put together. And I'm going to send it to another, she really graduated from ODS. And I'm sending it to her because I met her on this visit. And I said to her, I think you went to ODS. Somebody tipped me off. And if I said Fräulein Hubner to you, she said, yes, of course, she taught me how to sing. So there are little connections all through life. And I had, my classmates were Timmy Cantor and Harley Neal. And he came from Ohio, and Timmy came from Siesta Key. And I'm sort of an interloper all through the years to come down to Florida from New Hampshire, which is my home state. What else?
Well, you said when you came back for a tour on the Siesta Key campus that it had such a profound memory for you.
Yeah.
And it was just...
it sort of fit my whole life, that it's on the downswing right now. Only age-wise, not mentally, I think. I was born in New Hampshire, and my father's business was a boys' camp. So camp, 8 weeks outdoors in New Hampshire, I knew it from toddling. And then to be able to come down to a place that, it's the same thing. I can learn and have fun, and it's out of doors. And every summer was out of doors, and I left the boys' camp, went to a girls' camp. And I think probably not at the time you don't realize these things are happening to you, but it just was part of the wonderful puzzle of my life. And it was a strong one because I really remember it. Can't tell you the year, but I can remember the activities and the impact, because it reinforced what was, as you said earlier, in my DNA, probably because of my dad.